Hey, I'm your host, Don Armando, and welcome to Open Topics with Don Armando. Shout out to you, Mura Balvita. Good evening, thank you. I'm good. I'm just having the allergies. Thank you, Mira. Well, I'm located in Philadelphia, United States. So where we go by is on East Coast time. Oh yeah, of course. Got you. What's good, bro?
What's this is what's going on right now. At the dojo right now.
Nice. Wow. That's a beautiful sight, bro.
Over here with my sticks. You already know.
I hear you. I mean, even though that tonight's not the martial arts segment, but that's a nice view, bro. I wish I was there.
Hear you. I'm gonna bow out and I'll holler at you later. Us.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Ellen. Yo, I'd like to give a huge shout out to everybody in the Philippines. I want to thank y'all for showing me a lot of love and respect. And maybe one of these days, well, depending on how much of a successful YouTuber I am, I'll actually go and visit the Philippines because, for what I've seen, I guess from documentaries and such, it looks like a nice place. Yeah. Shout out to Mira Valvita and LNPH Vlog for showing up and, for all the love and support that they have shown me within these past months. Saludo, Don Jose. Yo, what up, Freddie? Yo, anybody's welcome to come to the panel. We're just gonna go and talk about anything and everything. The Big U controversy, loose cannon, talking too damn much, Rick Baby, and I'm just gonna say my professional opinion. I'm not a professional in anything, but I'm just saying my personal opinion. After the late great Nip died, right? All these guys start coming out the woodwork. Loose Cannon, Rick Baby. Okay, Big U was there, but all these other personalities that claim the '60s gang or whatsoever, and it's just crazy how these guys don't know how. The single most rule to the streets: don't talk. How you doing, Don Jose?
Good evening, Don Armando. Thank you for allowing me on your platform. I can only stay for a while because I'm going live later tonight. But
I understand, Don Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like tonight, right? I'm just doing this like, an open forum and everything like that because, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world. I'm not sure if you have heard, Don Jose, that there's this guy by the name of Big U that recently got that the feds actually swooped in, and now there's a lot of people who are actually telling and all this other stuff. And the real reason behind it is because of a platform which is called No Jumper, where a lot of these guys, they want to actually live what they did in the streets, but not knowing that what they're actually talking about, their life experiences, might just catch up to them later.
No, I am not aware of it. I mean, basically, the big focus has been what happened last week at the Jet Set nightclub.
The Jet Set nightclub, yes.
Yeah. So, and I just came across that actually there is a pending litigation against the owner of Jet Set.
Yes, it is.
Regarding what transpired. And my understanding that they launched an investigation.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to say this. If it's proven that what happened was negligence, the owner should face prison time regarding what transpired. And I believe...
But the thing is, though, as far as the prison time and everything like that, it's not really going to happen. It might not happen because the family where this guy actually belongs to has deep pockets in the Dominican Republic. How you doing, Crack Frost?
How are you, brother?
I'm chilling. How you?
I'm doing well but I don't want to do the jokes right now unless you're okay with them.
Nah, I mean, like, yo, it's okay. It was just last week that it just hit because of a family member of mine's passed. But
Oh, I'm
this week
sorry
is
to
good.
hear that. God bless you, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
I, I don't mean to change the topic, but have you heard the latest on the Jack Frost?
Yeah, I heard that Crack Frost suppose supposedly has a crush on a married woman, I believe.
Apparently,
Yeah,
he has a crush on a
yeah,
girl that's 27 years younger than him.
exactly. Yeah, and that woman is married, from what I've heard from AD.
And not only that, because if you look at it, the guy's so stupid. Yesterday he went live, and then he showed the screen of people that were trolling him. And apparently, I think that someone found the Instagram of the girl because they kept saying that on the chat. Apparently.
This is what's funny, right? I'm like for real though. Like, just give it up, Jack. I mean, it's bad enough that this guy's making all 40-year-olds look bad, and I just turned 42.
That's a fact.
40, and then I'm like, okay, provided the fact that I'm married. I mean, how the heck I'm gonna look like talking about a woman that, oh, I like her and everything like that? It's not high school, bro. Like, you better be a man and just ask for the number. If not, just keep it moving. There's a lot of fish in the sea. But the thing is, though, just look at Jack. I mean, he's 48 years old. Probably smokes crack. Probably not. But the thing is, though, it's like with me, right? This guy, he always has his stuff, his trolls and everything like that. And then on top of it, don't go around and try to say that you're a good father when it was exposed that you don't even take care of your kids.
He never did.
So
he never did.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, how come you could talk all this stuff about being a good man and everything like that, but you're a bad father? Make that make sense.
Armando, he's a bad everything because he kept saying, he confirmed that this is the daughter of Priscilla, Miss Priscilla, the lady that she has something to do with the Coney Island Sharks. He confirmed that's his daughter. I don't think she knows that he's crushing on his 22-year-old daughter, apparently.
Yuck.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
And the guy is 48. I mean, me personally is this, right?
Have you ever seen?
I hope my wife don't get mad at me. Sorry, babe. I'm just gonna say this. Now, when I walk the streets and everything like that, I see, maybe here in Philadelphia, I see a lot of women smiling and everything like that. Or I'm thinking that they're smiling at another guy that might be hip or stuff, but they're actually smiling at me. So I'm not going to go around and actually reciprocate that. But at the same time, for him to actually be crushing on a 20-something-year-old, I mean, let's be honest. Like, this guy looks like he robs look like he could rob just how should I say, perfume from Macy's. He looks untrustworthy. And then on top of it, what happened? I mean, I guess certain times when guys try to get with women and stuff. I mean, he's 48, and then women who are actually, that take care of themselves and everything like that, they don't want a guy who's 48 that looks like him. Let's keep it a buck.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Okay, first of all, why would any dude in his late 40s be messing around with a 20-something chick? That makes no sense.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because she's overweight, okay? And I don't mean to make fun of someone because they're overweight, but she's overweight. Right. She's a lot younger than him, and and he wants someone he can control to a certain extent, and that's what it is.
All right. So, Crack Frost. One thing I gotta ask, right? Because you got different levels of overweight. I know because at the time I love BBWs and my wife is a BBW. So what is it in the mind of Crack Frost that he likes overweight women?
Because
I'm just trying to.
I don't know. It's a fetish.
All right.
It's probably a fetish because, I mean, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen Return of the Living Dead?
I think I've seen snippets of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
This guy looks like Tarman. You know who go on Google and type Tarman. Tarman, the zombie, has better looking teeth than Jack Frost. What 22-year-old woman, or whatever her age is going to want to kiss anyone with a mouth like his? It's disgusting.
Yo, that's I just saw the joint right now, so I'm like, yeah, that's fun.
And so let me tell you, I'm worried for the girl. I'm worried for the girl. Let's say he. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, to me is this, right? I don't know about Jack, and he does his live stream, and he's a low cat, right? And then you got what's his name, Cobra JFS, and the infamous Cyrax. That everybody could do a stream about him and get like 1,000 views. Me personally, I can't go around and put a person that ugly in my stream. And I'm just saying, as an unbiased straight male, those people are ugly. You ain't gonna go around and put me on. I'm not gonna go around and do a stream about it because they're a waste of time for my public.
Well,
and also,
yeah. Also,
that's just me. Yeah.
Well, I'm worried about the girl. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because let's say that once in a miracle that she likes him by a miracle of Satan, because that's the only intervention that's not a godly thing. Jack Frost is not a godly thing, but let's say a reverse miracle for this poor girl, and let's say she kisses him. Did you know that by kissing Jack Frost can get an involuntary manslaughter charge? Do you want to know how?
How?
Because his jibs will fall out and she'll choke on them.
Damn.
This guy's teeth fall out mid-laugh. I'm not exaggerating. They fall out of his mouth. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I did see that. That joint was funny.
How attractive. God, he's a fly motherfucker because he's always saying he's fly. The only thing about about him are his loose teeth. They're going to fly out into her trunk.
Yeah.
Jack Frost is like a bad episode from Black Mirror.
Well, I am not.
You know
I
what
am
it's a
not.
bad episode of?
That show called The Black Mirror from Netflix.
Well, I'm not familiar with the dude, but I will say this much: no one in their late 40s should be messing around with a 20-something, with a 30-20 looking chick. I don't care what she looks like. I mean, most ladies in their early 20s would prefer to deal with someone, that close to their age, or if they are going to pursue someone in their late 40s, it's going to be for some sort of a motive.
That's a fact. But he's sick in the head, apparently.
Well, apparently he's trying to shoot way above his grade.
He's desperate. He doesn't know. He's imagining that she likes him. He's imagining that. Let me ask you a question. Do you find shit on a stick attractive?
No.
Because that's exactly what he looks like. Shit on a stick. Apparently.
I have never seen
But Don
him
Armando.
I've never seen him
You gotta
before,
look
so-
him up. He's a Mount Rushmore of locales, apparently. Don Armando, thank you for having me on your show, brother. I love you guys.
Well,
You guys have a good night, brother.
you too. But I guess this, you never know what type of person that you hear about, because I don't know anything about this person, and from what little I know, I
Yeah,
really don't
because
know.
because it's like I go to another show by the name of Aggressive Defiance, and with Aggressive Defiance and everybody, they actually talk about the truth about certain people that that they're not doing good, and then on top of it, it's a section of people who would call themselves gold cows. Gold cows are people who actually put their whole business on the internet for personal scrutiny or whatever. But at the same time, they get donations and this, that, and the third. I mean, just from being an AD's channel, there was this like two women that actually look like men, and they're twin sisters. One of them, I believe, is a lesbian. So the one who's a lesbian and has like a lot of stuff with her that she actually beat up her partner on live stream, YouTube, and they still haven't kicked her out. And they put the whole fight right up on YouTube. So therefore, that's that drama. And then the other dramas is this guy by the name of Crack Frost that he is famous, YouTube famous for getting beat up like in a Bronx fight. And then he actually has like questionable stuff. He always talks about, I'm not gonna go in and say the man because I don't know the man's heart. He talks about God, but yeah, he wants to actually promote racism on the side. And then, which is on top of it, is that this guy has the bad history of cheating people out of their money or whatsoever. So, since people had a lot of gripes with Jack Frost and everything, and he always want to act like he's switching up with content or whatever. But the thing is, though, he's actually copying the talking points of actual news broadcasters. So when he actually does his content, he tries to act like he's professional when he's really not. Everybody sees through the stories that he tried to tell you that it's not his own. He cannot really articulate words well. And this guy's a mess. He talks about black men taking care of their children, but yet he never taken care of his child who's like in her 20s right now. So it's like a lot of hypocritical things with Jack Frost.
Okay. This is a whole new person I have never met, I've ever seen, based on what I've heard. I'm not that big in a hurry to see him or know about him. I kind of like try to stay in my lane and just focus on being the best version of myself and
Exactly.
actually producing quality content.
Mhm. I agree.
Yeah. But we're going back on the situation I had last week. My understanding that they're planning to boycott. He has a business, like a nightclub or a restaurant establishment here in New York, and they're talking about boycotting it.
I mean, however, me personally, I could say this, and to people who actually believe the false narrative for me, this message is not for you. Or who wants to put out a false narrative of my heritage, this is not for you. In the Dominican culture, right?
Mhm.
If you cause the damage to another family, whether it be or anything like that, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna go and support people that that are thieves or whatsoever. So what a lot of people are gonna go do and boycott, you could boycott it, but guess what? The way that you could boycott it now is not to go and walk on the streets and everything like that. No. Stop making that business successful to the point that they'll have to go and pay rent and all this other stuff just because. I mean, the Espaillat family is, as I said, like in one of my previous streams, are like the Dominican version of the Rockefellers. The other version of the Rockefellers are the Picinis and all the other families that are actually millionaires or billionaires in the Dominican Republic. So my thing is this: if you have a lot of people who have money and stuff, and there's going to be litigations about this and that and the third, a lot of people are not going to go and put this in the mud because you know you had a lot of people who was very important to the Dominican society as a whole. Major contributors of the modern Dominican society that people actually passed away. You have lawyers, you have former baseball players, a singer, a general, people who are actually related to people who were of influence in the Dominican Republic, and so on. So a lot of people, they haven't mentioned because they might have just went to the club or whatsoever, and they might not have the same status as those important people. So right now, since a lot of people are just are not being named or whatsoever, and they're actually, and some of them are recently, in the morgue,
Mhm.
from what I've been told and such, it's to the point that now, I guess that the final number is in the 200s of the casualties. It's to the point now that
Yeah.
it's just gonna hit the fan like maybe in 2 or 3 months. More words.
The latest I heard there's been 249 casualties.
Yeah.
And I just want to say my thoughts and prayers are with the Dominican community, and particularly those who lost loved ones over there, because it's kind of like what happened here in 9/11. but to a smaller degree because because it is because it's a smaller country. But this is something that and this is something that I also spoke about. Okay, you have people calling themselves Christians, actually rejoicing regarding this sad episode that happened. Where and I said this, and I said this. Where is your compassion? Where is your sympathy? Where is your empathy? Okay, they could have just the same thing could just easily happen in a church. The same thing could just as easily happen at a Christian music concert. Okay, and who are you to determine who goes to heaven and who goes to hell? The last time I checked, God makes that determination. Last time I checked,
Exactly.
none of us is God.
Yep. And it's to the point that you have certain individuals that they want to actually make their peace about who's this and who's that. But then again, I see it on these YouTube streets, how you have certain people who have blatant disregard for people's families and everything like that. And it all actually sums up to hatred and ignorance. So the hatred and the ignorance, where it comes to telling people who they are and everything, and the arrogance, I'm like, first of all, I'm not going to go and listen to people that do not know me, trying to tell me who I am just because they looked on my information online. Do not know who I am, do not know all my family. And 9 times out of 10, if this person were to even try to say that they know all my family, they could not even speak the language. So I don't care about that, and I don't laugh at all the adversities, internet adversities that people try to throw. Like, who cares?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's still the point that I've seen people that, that have been through internet adversity, they actually tell me that it's going to be frustrating that time. But then, out of the woodworks, there was the guy that actually went and hated on Angry Biracial just because Angry Biracial has a stance against the police, quote unquote. So, since this guy has a stance, since Angry Biracial has a stance against the cookies, now this guy wants to actually talk about him flagging content and everything. When he's flagging content, I mean, he's not even doing anything. So he couldn't even provide a full list on the people that he actually flagged if he actually saw the Miss Elite conversation.
Mm-hmm. I actually saw it. I actually joined on the live, and this is the thing. If you don't like a person's content, or whatever reason, don't consume it. Okay? It's because it's literally hundreds of thousands of different content creators here on YouTube that you can consume and enjoy. And as far as this criminal thing that Angry Biracial did, that led him out to be incarcerated and serve time, it has to do with doctoring a government document, a DT 214.
Right.
Which he served.
So basically, this guy is trying to use the past as as the person that that. Well, most of the content creators who don't like, they want to try to use the past against you just because they think that they have a gambit or something. And the fact is, they forget that the past makes people. So you could go around and use the past or whatever, but we're moving forward, and that's all I got to say.
Okay.
They have. It's funny, right? That the
Yeah.
ones that always try to persecute you have no how should I say, have nothing to say when you actually bring the fact. They could go around and lie. They could do anything. When I went up and I told a certain person, like, don't you ever lie on my name again. You could talk all that stuff, but guess what? You ain't lying on my name again. Because half the time, half these people are just envious and stupid. And that's why I'm not even in a certain platform no more. Because I'm not gonna go around and argue every time over people that don't understand, that are willfully ignorant, and they don't want to understand what you're talking about, because they actually have a preconceived notion about the agenda you're talking about, or the stuff that you actually trying to do to uplift people. So if people are not uplifting people, I don't want to have anything to do with it. And that's the stance that I'm actually taking.
Okay. First of all, this is something that I stated. I'm Mr. Leaks Live. I stated when Angry Vibration did his last did his last live, and on my platform. Everybody has a past. Everybody. Okay. And also, none of us is the same person who we were 20 years ago. None of us are the same person 10 years ago or 5 years ago. Okay? And if you take into account everything that happened in Angry Biracial's life, let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's 100% factual. The fact that he survived all that, got married, has a family, I think 6 children, and actually has a successful as a content creator. That shows that the amazing amount of perseverance that he has displayed. Do I agree with everything with his platform? No. But I will defend his right to say whatever the fluff he wants. It is his channel. He has the right to govern his channel the way he sees fit.
Yeah.
But apparently, I now have a new op that questioned my status.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's like
to me is ignorance and deflection.
First of all, of course, he does not know me. Because, of course, the fact of the matter, Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens. That just shows you his ignorance.
Yes.
Number 2, his channel has been deleted I don't know how many times. And you know how many times my channel has been deleted? You know how many times my channel has been deleted? 0.
Yeah, it was like somebody went up and it was like maybe a few months ago, somebody went up and restricted it because I guess of copyright creation or whatever. I went up and I fought YouTube about it, and I got my channel back. So it was to the point that it was like I already knew who did it. Certain people were telling me that they're gonna try to do it, but it actually failed.
Yeah. So, and this is the thing. Supposedly, he's engaged to be married. Okay.
From what I heard, that guy is really single, because it's like to the point, right? That the person that we're actually speaking of went by the name of Rucker, right?
Yes.
And he used to do all these stuff. So as you know, this is how the story of Angry Biracial ties with this guy. this guy is actually trying to make a name of himself on Angry Biracial's platform because there was a famous there's a famous content creator. I'm not gonna go around and give them airtime on my own. Whatsoever. So they went after Angry Biracial because of a certain page that our main op went up and made about Angry Biracial, which turned out to which had all these inaccuracies about Angry Biracial. So there was like, oh, this person's going against black people, and they felt that, oh, we're gonna shut him down and all this other stuff. When the fact is, one of the content creators actually lost his channel for going against Angry Biracial by using images of Angry Biracial and all this stuff. As soon as that person's page got taken down for all the stuff that he was doing, all the people that used to be the second content creators, fans and stuff, while she was talking bad about Angry Biracial, they actually became his fans automatically. So I know because me and Angry Biracial, we have talks. There might have been how should I say, a lawsuit that might have been pending. But then since all this woman's fans actually went on Angry Biracial side, he was like, ain't even worth it because hey, I already got my fans. So yeah.
Look, I've said this before. Okay, I've been a content creator for almost 4 years.
Right.
Okay. Now, one thing I can say, whatever growth that I have achieved has been genuine. It's been because, first of all, it's never been attacking anybody. Okay, it's just been creating content. Okay.
Right.
And it's grown slowly, but it's grown. Okay. Most of my growth has been because of my shorts.
Right. I think I need to do more shorts.
Because, and look, basically the type of shorts I do are either they're funny or the motivational based on my family.
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm just doing homage to my family, particularly my family members that are no longer here with us, but they are in the same place.
Exactly.
Okay. So, look, this year alone, I've gained 73 subs.
Yeah, this year alone, I could actually say that I gained like maybe 200 and so. And you know, I have to say this: shout out to the Filipino community because that I went to the Philippines chat sometime. And they actually showed me love. I look at their content, they look at mine. So you know, one thing I have to say is shout out to a lot of the people who are from the Philippines. That'll be Ellen, and that'll be Mira. So most of the times, what people will be like, oh, this, that, and the third. It's like in Asia, from what I've learned, is different. You have content creators that actually go and they support you, you support them back. It's not like the United States that, oh, you have to go and get it out the mud and such. I mean, yeah, in Asia, you have to get it out the mud too. But the thing is, though, they're actually more caring about it.
And yeah, one thing I've noticed that some of my viewers are actually from Asia as well. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I just try to keep it, very professional, very respectable. Okay,
Yes.
and I just believe in discussing actual content, topics that no one talks about. Okay, like for
Yeah.
example, very few people talk about mental health issues. Okay, because it's not all that
Yeah, they
it's
don't.
not all that people want to talk about. But the fact of the matter is,
Right.
these are things that we need to discuss, and let's keep it real. The people that have been, you know, the people that have been supporting me, that have been other contact creators, that's been from the mixed community. People
Yep.
like Golden Goddess, Dreaming of Reality, Georgia, okay, AMR,
Yeah.
okay. They've been the ones that been basically they've been the ones that been the biggest supporters,
Yep.
okay. And the ones that had supported in the past. Look, I get it. People have been busy, and also let's keep it real. They're dealing with their own personal stuff in their lives.
Yes.
So you gotta keep, bear that in mind. Okay, and this is the thing. When you are
Yeah.
a
Yeah. Shout out
content
to my
creator,
homegirl Lucky, by the way.
yeah. Good evening, Phoenix Blaze. I don't know if you're aware with my content, but if you're not, I would ask that you at least check it out. I will check out your content as well if you have a channel, because this is the thing. I don't just ask people to support my channel. I also support other content creators as well,
Yeah.
because it's give and take. Because most of us, let's keep it real, are small content creators, and unfortunately, when it comes to like people like Golden Goddess and Dreaming of Reality, they have to like, unfortunately, they have to like start over several times because of the ops.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is why when I do my lives on my main channel, I make it a point to add in the description Golden Goddess's channel and Dreaming, and try to encourage them to support their channels, and they have supported me as well. Because because really it takes a community to be successful.
Yes, it does.
Okay, it does. Because look, let me tell you, and particularly when you're talking about content that's not ratchet, that doesn't attack people and things of that nature, it takes a while for a platform to grow.
Exactly.
Look, I don't blame you. Look, it takes a while. I mean, look, let's keep it real. Most of us have a life outside of YouTube. Most of us work. Most of us have other responsibilities. So it's kind of hard, to keep track on who's who and what have you. So I get it. But I do appreciate those that do actually support me, and I support them as well.
Amen.
Okay. and unfortunately, a lot of these ladies, they get attacked by men for whatever reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, whether it be Gordon Goddess,
Yep.
whether it be Dreaming, whether it be Miss Mo. Okay, I look at it this way: a lot of it is jealousy, a lot of it is envy. Okay, because a lot of these guys,
Yep.
let's keep it real, they're local incels.
Yep.
Okay, and in fact, Dreaming was talking about this earlier this week, which is like,
Yeah.
and this is the thing that I find bizarre. You attack these ladies, but yet you want these ladies to support you and defend you? Really? Really? That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Okay. Look, I have never asked anybody to support me or defend me. All I ask is like, check out my content when you have them out. That's all. And I know
Pretty
with some
much.
people, I'm not exactly their cup of tea. I get it. And it's fine. First of all, I'm not your typical YouTuber because I'm in my 60s.
Yep.
Okay, number one.
Hey, Pete.
You.
You.
Hey,
How you doing?
¿qué lo que?
José, ¿cómo está?
Bendecido por el Señor.
Amén.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I just want to share my sympathy and
The
my
Jet Set
sympathy
situation.
for what happened at Jet Set last week.
Out of many people that I can say rest in peace to, I gotta rest in peace to Ruby Perez. Now, not only was he a person of strong accolade in the community, but he was my mentor in the music business. He was gonna sign me to be a rapper back in the early 2000s. Before 2000 actually, because I had like 8 notebooks full of songs and rhymes and raps and all types of stuff. And Hurricane George came, I think that was 98.
Mhm.
And Hurricane George messed up
Yeah.
all my notebooks. So that literally messed up my career. I lost
Yeah.
faith in the music industry right there when I lost my notebooks. So I stopped trying to seek forward, getting involved in the music industry, and I got involved with making music, making beats, via Villano Sam, San Pedro, Doño Stone. And it's just, Ruby Perez was one of those people. He was the first person to tell me, Pedrito, nunca firme un contrato bajo emoción. Never sign a contract under emotion. Because you could just be so hyped that you're going to sign a contract for money or whatever and not understand what you're going to be losing in the long run or in the short run.
I can't stay much longer because I'm going to be going on like in a little over half an hour. But one of the things that bother me and triggers me is these so-called Christians, and I say so-called, celebrating and rejoicing about these people that perish. I have a huge problem with that. Okay, first of all,
I kind of do too.
Okay, first of all, as a Latino and as a Christian, how could you rejoice in someone's passing?
how do you rejoice in and not per se in the passing, but how do you rejoice in the loss of souls?
Exactly.
How do you rejoice in the loss of
Yeah,
souls?
exactly.
Okay, now,
225 people were confirmed,
yeah.
deleted that night because of that incident. That's not something for us to rejoice. I'm saying that's something for us to reflect. That's something that we take this opportunity to spread the word so that people could repent. Not, oh, we're going to throw a celebration in honor of the people that, in the honor of who? The honor of people that lost their soul? In the honor of people that were doing the devil's work?
Now, first of all, I kind of got a little bit emotional on my stream, and again, I have to apologize because I don't usually get that hyper or emotional.
What's good,
It's
Blaze?
just that-
Shout out. What's
Yeah,
good,
so-
Fatal? My
You too.
bad.
That's Lucky right there.
That's Lucky 7. I know that face.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I had to apologize because I usually don't get that emotional. It's just that the whole idea that people rejoicing are people who lost their loved ones, and then you have on top of that people who call themselves Christians. I'm sorry. I mean, I kind of lost it a little bit, and again, I apologize for that.
Yeah, I have I just came back from the dojo, so I got family members here at the house and everybody's talking at the same time, and I'm like, guys, I'm on the radio, respect it.
Got you. I was gonna go do a stream yesterday, but then I got tired, so I was like, let me just do it tonight.
Yeah.
It's cool. I had a hard day yesterday. I couldn't focus on anything.
Yeah. So,
Pero disculpa, Jose, what did you just say? Because it just flew over my head. I didn't get to hear.
no, I kind of like got a little bit emotional
Yeah.
in my stream, and again, I have to apologize because usually I don't react this way. It's just that the whole idea of people rejoicing because someone passed away, lost their life.
It's offensivo. That's highly offensive. That's highly offensive. Like, I don't see it. I understand that the Santo Domingo got together and they did this whole big service at a baseball stadium, and it was nice to see the people come together and worship the Lord. That's nice. But for people to say that they're coming together to rejoice and celebrate the lives, what are you celebrating? Like, yo, I don't know, man.
Nah,
I've never
I heard
met. I'm
from
sorry.
one of my
I've never met a Christian rejoice because someone went to hell. Period. Like, that's not our job. Our job is not to condemn anyone, but our job is not supposed to be to celebrate that someone just passed. That person's not saved. What are you celebrating? We celebrate when someone's saved.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the Bible talks about you do not rejoice in the misfortune of others.
Right.
You
Exactly.
don't. I mean, how? I mean, and that's why I kind of lost it a little bit. And again, I have to apologize for that because unlike certain people, I take accountability for my actions.
You have the right to feel how you feel, though. Like, you have the right to feel how you feel. If you're repentant, I understand. But you have the right to feel how you feel. It's disgusting. It's highly disgusting. Like, the Bible says que hay fiesta en el cielo cuando una persona se arrepiente, que los ángeles hacen fiesta. The angels throw a party whenever someone's saved. So we rejoice in the same thing. But to say that we're rejoicing for people that passed away, why are we rejoicing about death? What's so beautiful about death that we need to rejoice in that?
That's why I kind of lost it a little bit. And again, I have to apologize for that.
I gotta apologize to you, Jose, because I remember last week Monday was the intercepting prayer, and I wanted to participate, but I had a rough day dealing with the missus and some other things that happened in between. So by the time 8 o'clock came, I was already in bed with a headache. So I didn't get to participate. But for
But
part two, I'll definitely be there.
but you know what? I'm not offended because you know why? Because look, everybody has life. Everybody has responsibilities. So I don't expect everybody to hop on, you know, all the time or anytime. So I'm not personally offended. Okay. Even if you don't catch it on live, you'll catch it on the playback. I get it.
It's the
So
principle. It's the principle, though. I gave you my word as a man that I was going to participate on the show with you, and then something happened and I didn't. So as a man, I have to apologize for my discrepancy, even though it wasn't an offensive discrepancy. I still got to apologize. That's what being a gentleman is: etiquette and protocol.
I get it. But you know what? But I look at it. I look at it this way. Whoever was meant to be there was I meant by
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. I ain't gonna say nothing else after that. There's no footnote. There's nothing to add to that. Amen. That's it.
I mean, look. I mean, that's how I look at it. Because look, a lot of the people that supported me, you know, from the beginning, I'm not there. But you know what? I cannot against it because they got lives, they got other things that they gotta worry about.
I hear you.
Okay. They'll come back when they're able.
That's
When
facts.
they're able, they'll come back.
Or if they're able,
Yep.
because you know what? It's like this. Sometimes God will send you to do something, and you might think that you missed the opportunity because some time passed. And the truth of the matter is, the opportunity might still be there, but if you don't perceive the opportunity and move forward, then you really lose it.
Yeah.
So you may have the chance to do something for the next 5 years, but after that, God takes away the chance. Now you can't do it
Yeah.
because now that divine
Right.
appointment turned into a divine cancellation, and that's the only door
Yeah.
you don't want to be closed. The doors that God opened for you, you don't want those doors closed because when He closes a door, it never reopens.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what? All I can say is this. I'm gonna go for it.
Amen.
If 10 people come or no one comes, I'm just gonna go for it because that's been my philosophy. Because really, in my group in Instagram, basically, I'm like the only one that's live that's basically creating content on a regular basis because other people have responsibilities. So be it.
Yep.
Yep.
So with that being said, I'm just gonna have to drop down because I'm getting ready to go live in about half an hour. So I have it's on
All right.
my. So basically, I'm doing like a Tuesday version of open discussion because on Friday, being that it's Good Friday, I have more like a Good Friday message. It's going to be a short message because you know why? Because everybody has lives, whatever. It's just to focus on you know what really matters. So with that being said, it's been a pleasure, gentlemen.
Say
We'll
hi.
do this again, God willing.
Say hi. Look, say hi. Say hi to Don
Oh,
Jose.
hello there, little furry friend.
Say hi to Don Jose. Right here. Look.
No,
Right here.
he's
Oh
special.
wow.
It's okay. I'm not
Yeah.
his cup. I'm not his cup of tea. Don't worry about it. Well, so with
I
that
got
being
Yeah, I got one. Let's see. I got two dogs, both females, two cats, both females, two guinea pigs, both females, three turtles, two females and a boy.
okay.
So yeah, got a little zoo in the house.
Well, with that being said, have a good night, gentlemen, and we'll do this again real soon.
Blessings, brother. Safety.
All right.
Yes. Take
Blessings.
care.
Us.
Us.
Whew.
Yo. Hmm. Let's see. Me today, I just picked up my wife, and over the weekends and such, I have to say that I have to develop a tolerance for hot foods,
Okay.
so to say. Yeah, because let's just say that every time I try to eat hot food, it actually, doesn't fare well, or I just have to drink something that will cool it down. But I've gotten a little bit better. I think I still need to have a little bit of spice tolerance. What you got to say about that?
I mean, I have two broken teeth, and
Yeah.
I have one tooth right now that's kind of chipped. And if hot sauce goes into that nerve of where that broken tooth is, it's gonna be a problem. So I try not to eat with hot sauce, but I used to love making locros de longaniza with hot sauce in it already. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already spicy. Like, you don't have to throw hot sauce at the end. Like, it already has hot sauce in it. So the rice absorb the hot sauce with the seasoned water and the longaniza and all that. It's like yummy. You know?
Got you.
Huh, Froggy? Tuxedo dog. Yeah, Tuxedo dog is chilling with me tonight.
That's
Hmm?
good.
What?
You just missed Tuxedo Cat. She was on for a little bit.
All right, all right, all right. 15 minutes of fame. Tuxedo cat. Yeah, man, it felt good to be at the dojo for, for the first time in a long time. And it felt good to, with whatever situation I'm going through with my back and the nerves, it felt good to stand up in front of a
Yeah.
class and instruct, like, all right, do this, do that, explain this, explain that. This is the application to this. This is why we do this. This is done like this. It's like that. So all I did was today give them 5 steps. I didn't give them all 12,
All
and it
right.
was it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. It felt really good. You
Yep.
know, the the master of that dojo, she knew who my master was. So when I told her that I had a black belt under him, she honored it. So when we did the bow
Oh
out,
wow.
the official dojo bow out, she had me stand up with the rest of the black belts. You know what I'm saying? And they
Wow.
gave me a shout out, and I us, I us the class and all that, and that felt great. Yeah, I missed that
Yeah, it did.
word because I was
Yep.
sitting at first. They were just doing katas. Obviously they're doing katas that I already know, so I didn't want to participate.
Yep.
Give me 1 second.
All right.
I'm back.
All right.
So yeah, so she honored my black belt, which is nice. She actually told me that whenever I want to come in and instruct or whatever, that I'm good to go. And I'm like, all right, cool. I told her though, you do
Yep.
know that your system is a different system from mine, and we do things differently. She's like, that's fine. I want my students to learn everything. I said, beautiful. because I'm ready to teach anything I know. Tuxedo Dog,
Yep.
where you going? Rogue. You're now introducing the 15 minutes of fame with Husky Tuxedo. Yeah, right here, right here.
Yeah.
Look who's that. Look right there. Who's that? Look, who's that? That's your Husky. High five. High five. Yeah, high five. All right.
Hey.
Who's that?
Hey.
Who's that, Mama?
Hey, Rogie.
Who's that?
Rogie.
What mommy said.
Rogie.
Okay.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey.
I get stomach wet.
I'm on the radio. Well, why's your stomach wet?
Your son is gangster. He was like,
Yo, I had them with me. Over there. I had them with me, and I said, "You see what they're doing? I can have y'all doing that at the
Yeah.
house too, but y'all don't want to listen to me."
That's the yo. I'm sorry, that joint is funny. Yo, the way that they just took Rogue. Yeah.
Wow. Alrighty, let me see something here. So,
All right.
I got the new phone after wifey broke the last one.
All right.
This time I got a case that she won't be able to break.
Right.
This case is brolic.
Nice. Yes.
And it protects the back, like the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the middle of the
Yep.
fold. It protects that.
Yeah.
I love this, man. The Fold 5. It's literally. My friend says, "How you have a Kindle Fire phone?" I'm like, "It's not a Kindle Fire phone. Like, relax." That Kindle Fire phone.
Yeah. I don't know. I never really got into the Kindle thing in the first place, to tell you the truth.
The first Kindle was in black and white. That's not special. That is not special.
That's why I say. That's why I never really. When it was Kindle Fire, I'm like, okay, so I'm going to use Kindle to read books and nothing more. And I'm like, next.
Prenatal?
No.
Hold on.
Yellow pills.
Yeah, the prenatal. Those are her yellow pills. I had everyone with me. I had wifey with me. I had the kids. One of my brothers that I told you that the dog loves.
That's what's up.
We were all there. Over here just calling stuff from afar. Like, hey, you, straighten your leg. You, lower down your elbow. You, lower down your knee. Do this, do that. They were like, who are these people?
Oh.
And then I presented myself. I said, I'm a black belt.
So how?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. So how far is the dojo from Harlem, if I might ask?
The dojo that I went to, or what we're using as a dojo?
Yeah.
We're literally in the New York Museum of 104th Street. That's 5 blocks away from me.
I gotta go around and tell. Matter of fact, I gotta go around and tell Sombra this, because I'm like, yo, because I know that he has his son like in the Taekwondo area and in the Taekwondo school up in 181st Street. So let's see.
So the dojo is
Setting up my
it's
homie
Goju
Sombra right
Ryu.
now.
It's Goju Ryu, and their main dojo's on 100th Street and First Avenue. But today we were on 104 between Fifth Avenue and Madison. We were at the New York Museum on 104, which was pretty cool. It was pretty convenient. Pretty convenient.
Okay, so you said that the dojo is at 101st.
On 100th Street and First Avenue.
One thing that I hate is when you try to put Japanese words, they try to put it to Western words. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it messes up the kanji.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, so I sent that joint to Sombra. So hope he hits. Hope he hits me up, or I hit you, or he hits you up, or vice versa.
So which Sombra?
Oh, Sombra, my homie Sombra. His name is Jeffrey. He sometimes be in the chat, but then it's like he's at work and stuff. So
You're saying the guy that's from San Pedro?
no, 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 no. It's my homie.
Sombra
He's from the
4G.
capital.
Sombra 4G.
Yeah,
Copy.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm very particular with the details. That's how I remember stuff because of the details. It's like, oh yeah, that person.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that person. Think I think last year I saw that person in the studio. Right, they came to the show with us.
Um,
I don't recall
I know
this
he
year.
came through, but it was not like he came through. No, he came. He came last year, but it was not with. Was it with you? I'm trying to remember. I'm like, it was like
I
me
think
and
it
him.
was
We
it
talked,
wasn't an open
but then
topics. It wasn't an
when
open
we
topic. Yeah, it wasn't an open
yeah,
topic night. He
it
just
was.
came up, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So I know that he came through. I'm like, yo, sometimes he be in the, but I know that he be at work and everything like that. So
It is what it is, man. A lot of people are lucky to have
Yep.
work and they don't want to work. And then there's people like me that want to work and can't
Yeah,
because I'm literally suffering of a sciatic nerve situation. I wish I could be working a regular job. I don't like
right.
feeling like I'm doing nothing or that feeling of, oh, I'm not providing. I don't like that. I'm not programmed for that. I've always been the
Got you.
person that people look up to. Oh, Pedrito, I need help. Oh, this, that. Oh, this, that. Here. I've always been that person.
Yeah,
So then all
yeah,
of a sudden I'm like in this all-time low, and I'm counting for people to help me, and I'm not saying that those that help me don't help me. It's just that I don't want to be in that predicament where I need to count with the help. You know,
Yeah.
not everybody got it. On a certain day that you're going through it the most, person might not have what you're looking for. So then now what? You know, what is there to do?
Yep. True.
Good boy. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up sore as heck.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to tell somebody at the dojo. I was telling them like, "Yo, last year I broke my back," and they're like, "Oh, then what are you doing walking around?" I said, "I don't know." So, but I could still kick like this, and I could still kick like that, and I could still do this. And they were like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Uh huh." That's what happens when you do something for your whole life. I've been doing martial arts since
Yep.
I was 5. Like, that's my whole life. I'm 43 years old. All I know is that.
Remember when I was in? I remember when I was introduced to the martial arts, and I didn't even know what it was. I was just a little kid up in the Estadio en la Universidad waiting for mine.
Yeah, that's I remember the karate people of Laos, Encarnacion, and those people. I
Yep.
remember those people. My homeboy Julian, who was a captain of the army, he was giving kung fu in
Yep.
Laos. He was giving a tiger style kung fu.
Ooh.
Chacho, he was
Right.
crazy with. He was crazy with it. His flow was ridiculous.
Yeah.
His common flow was ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you do
I'm
a
trying to.
punch, he knew how to counter that punch and break your stuff like so quickly. You're like, yo, if you would have hit me for real, you would have broke my arm in like 10 places. Like, yep, that's the idea. Because like you would throw a
Yep.
punch and he would tap. He would tap. Tap, 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 tap,
Wow.
tap, 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 tap. He said, "You saw how fast I did all those taps? Yeah. Imagine me putting power into those taps." I'm like, oh no. I don't want to imagine that. Because I can imagine it being painful. I don't want to imagine that.
Yep.
So I was at the dojo. I saw you went on. I said, you know what? It's whatever. What's going on, y'all? I'm at the dojo. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Oh, yo. I'm like, yo, that's a great area to practice. That's all I gotta say.
For real. You're like, I know it's not tomorrow. And I'm like, I know it's not Wednesday, but, this is what we're doing today.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Very, very happy with the outcome. The people that were there were very happy to meet me and, learn something from me. I just very humble. They asked me, "What are you? A senpai, sensei, soke,
Yep.
hancho, sanchi, sancho?" I'm like, just Pete is fine. Just call me Mr. P. I'll be fine with that. they're like,
Yeah.
Oshion, Mr. P. I'm like,
Pretty
Ush.
much.
That's just it's one of those. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yep.
Whatever happens after that, it's your story.
Yep.
Trying just got home, settled in, about to take care of this and that. Like always, take care of the kids. They're on vacation, so they don't got a curfew
Yep.
really, but I don't like them being up too
Right.
late. Not that I don't mind, because when they go to sleep early, they want to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning making mad noise. I'm not with it. Like, I'm not with it.
Right.
So I'd rather them go to sleep at 9, 10 o'clock. So when they wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm good with that. I don't want to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning making noise, interrupting my sleep. I'm not with it. No, it's
Yeah, I
easy for me.
mean, this is one
It's
thing that
easy.
I'm
It's easy for me to take a nap, right? Like I could take a nap. I could lay down on the bed and fall asleep. That's fine. But for me at night to just say, okay,
right.
I'm going to sleep now, I can't just go to sleep. Like that insomnia kicks in, that PTSD
Got you.
insomnia kicks in, and I can't just go to sleep. I could take a nap, but a nap means that I'm gonna be up in the next 2 hours. Saying go to sleep, go to sleep.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard, and that's one of those things that I'm putting in the hands
Hmm.
of God because I see that I have no control over it. But since He has control over everything, then who else to give it to? Who
Yeah,
else to give it to?
pretty much.
Yeah, man. Fushin Shen. Who is this guy? Crazy, man. So yeah, in reference to
Yeah.
what Jose was saying, yeah, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't get like who are these people that decided, oh, okay, we're gonna celebrate, these people's life or these people's death or rejoice in their passing. Like who does that? There's people
Yeah.
that are mourning, there's people that are in loot, there's people that are grieving, there's people that are just not
I don't
over it
respect
yet.
that either.
There's people that are just not over it yet. For to have people just come up
Exactly.
to you, oh yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're celebrating their life. Their life was supposed to be celebrated when they were alive, not now.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah.
one thing talking about grieving, right? Which I don't really like is like, okay, let's say for example, I'm gonna give like a life story. After the passing of my mother, right? And I was
Yeah.
working at a job. You had certain people that was like, oh, trying to tell me what to do, like, okay, my mother just passed. You think a person's gonna be over it like this quick? No. I'm trying to work through it, but you have certain people that when they see that, oh,
See if it clears out eventually. Hold on. There you go.
I see, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
Masoyama,
Maso
and
Yama, and that's the founder of
yeah,
your system.
that's the founder. No, 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 no. Masoyama's the founder of Kyokushin. The other person that's standing next to him, that's Yukoi Nishida. He's the founder of a different school, but they all came under him.
All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
pictures from the
So
70s.
the thing is though, I hear you. So the thing is though, I was trying to say is that you had certain people that that they even was trying to ask me at the time when I had an apartment, like, yo, you need a roommate? I'm like, nah. I'm like, I'm not trying to go and have people in my joint and everything like that, and I ain't got nothing set up. You know what I'm saying? The joint that I was trying to say is that when sometimes when you're in your least vulnerable state, you know who are there for you and you know who is not. So I had to find out the hard way, but I'm here and I could actually talk about it.
It's like that. It's like that, and that's the way it is. The
Yeah.
phone charge. I am. It feels good to feel tired, and I'm not even tired for what I did. I'm more tired because of the fact that I was moving stuff. You know, I feel. Oh,
Yeah.
it's wild, man. Felt really good to be at a
Yeah.
dojo. Felt really good.
Mhm.
Let me senpai a message.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah. You know who's actually live tonight?
Yeah.
China Mac.
Oh, word.
Because he actually, yeah, because you know he actually moved to Vietnam. So yeah. So he has this guy named Henry, right? And I was
Yeah.
laughing because China Mac did him wrong though. Like how the heck you got this guy? You know, you trying to do the pop the balloon with this guy Henry, like the Vietnamese version, and out of the women, right? He went up and tried to trick Henry with with two female impersonators.
Alphabet City.
Yo, you had to go see the you have to go around that. It was fun.
He went and popped
Yeah.
their balloon. Like,
But
no.
Henry made the right decision. Oh, that's all I got to say. Yep. Hey, how you doing,
No, no,
Rocksteady?
yeah, don't even belong here. Bye. Rock steady. What's going on? Us.
That joint was that joint
Yeah, man.
was extremely funny. I was like, yo. I mean, me personally, I could never do that. Pop the balloon. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be in the receiving end. I was like, hey, I'm a single
I
guy
don't want
now.
to deal with none of that.
Really
I don't want to deal with none of that. Pop the balloon popper, the
Yep.
popping of a balloon. I don't want to do with. I don't want to deal with none of that. I'm good. Over here giving me
Yeah.
it.
I
Everybody
mean,
got to rock
it's a
a
good
red
theory.
balloon. Giving me
I know, right?
Pennywise vibes over here rocking a red balloon. I'm like, what is this? Stephen King's It?
Nah, but yo, I think I would have switched it up. I would have at least get like a turquoise balloon or an aqua balloon or something like that. You know, not the red balloon. Thank you, Rocksteady.
Amen. That's right. It's the best way.
Yep.
Best way. Working a lot and staying busy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No, I have not. I've been busy with some martial art things as of lately.
Yep.
Today, for the first time in a long time, I was at a dojo and I gave some stick lessons for about maybe 20 minutes, something like that, maybe 30 minutes at most. And it felt pretty good. You know, everybody was just following along and following instructions. What I expect people to
Mm-hmm.
do in the military. I don't expect that discipline from your average civilian. I don't expect it, but
Yep.
they were doing pretty good. They did pretty well. There were some people that I only had to correct once. There were some people I had to correct twice. But through it all, in those
Yeah.
5 steps, like they literally perfected those 5 steps in those 30 minutes. And then I started switching it up. I said, all right, not everything in life is in order. So let's do this. Let's do odd numbers, then even. So we did 1, 3, 5, 2, 4. They were going nuts. They were like, oh, wait a minute. It turns into a combo. It turns into something different. I'm like, yep. And this is why it's important to practice common flow, because you never know what number you're going to be striking with. I told them there's literally 64 hits. There's 64 attacks, but they're not called attacks because out of the 64, there's also blocking. There's blocking, there's counters, all that good stuff. So I told them it's basically 8 hits, but with 8 different variations because of the angle or the height or the this or the that. So 8 times 8, 64. That's basically what we go by. It's like a chess table. You know what I'm saying? It's 8 by 8.
Mm-hmm.
So each one is a move. Each one is a block, parry, swing, overhead, underhead, abanico switch, stab,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, all those cool things. All those cool things that we could talk about tomorrow
Yeah.
on the martial arts edition of Don Armando and Sensei Pete.
Yep, it's gonna be tomorrow night. Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to I'm not gonna bow out per se, but I gotta take care of something real quick. So I'm gonna turn the camera off and the mic off for a few,
All
and
right.
I'm gonna be here. So if you have a question,
All right.
just spill it, and I'll most likely write it in the comment, or I'll turn the mic on and talk. But I gotta take care of something real quick. So I'm here. Just I'm in the
All right.
shadow. Us.
Got you. Us. Mm.
Oh, and Rocksteady, thanks for the boost of confidence. Because by you asking me if my channel's up and running, it gives me that confidence of there's people waiting for you, Pete. Move forward. I appreciate that 100%.
Exactly. Yep.
Balcola, balcola, yes, balcola.
I'm back. I understand. Uh, oh yeah, of course, Pete. You're always welcome. Got you. Yo, another topic I'm going to talk about, and shout out to the real fan community. I mean, okay, I just want to know from the generations before anything like that, who invented subway surfing? I remember when I was a teenager, yeah, we did dumb stuff on the trains, but never subway surfing. I want to know why so many young people are losing their lives due to subway surfing. And it's mind boggling. It's like every year or every time I look on Facebook, I see certain people that they subway surfing, and then you hear that a tragedy has happened. So what I want to know is when does became when does deadly action or dangerous action, I might say, became a fad to the point that I started hearing it around, I'll say like maybe 2009 if I'm not mistaken, till all the way now. I've seen I've heard about like maybe more than 20 deletions due to subway surfing. And the article that I just read on Facebook right now just blindsided me. I'm like, the guy, rest in peace to that guy. He was in his 30s and he was subway surfing. So I just want to know what makes a young person or anybody want to actually subway surf on top of a moving train. I don't get it.
What part inside the human's brain's comprehension of common sense says that it's safe to do something like that?
I know. It's like I don't know. When I was growing up, when we was growing up, I never heard such of a thing. But as soon as it was like when I came back from New York, when I came back from living in New Jersey, all I start seeing is all these deletions. I'm like, what's up with this? It's crazy.
What's mind-boggling is that people see movies of people fighting along a moving train. Let me tell y'all something. That's fake. Okay, there's something called inertia, which is the third law of movement.
Right.
All right. If you're standing on a train, you literally need to force yourself forward, meaning you have to lean forward to make sure that the wind pressure of the train moving forward doesn't blow you back.
Right.
So these people wait for the train to come out in the Bronx or come out in Brooklyn when it's overhead and come out and stand on top of the train, and they want to ride the train from one stop to the other. If there is a curve, a turn, or a bend on the way to the next station, you're going to lose your balance up there. And that's what's been happening. People have been flying off these trains and landing straight into the ground.
Yeah, or in certain cases, it's just they just lose their life in a gruesome form. So it's crazy to me. Oh
Very
yeah,
gruesome.
shout out to Love Travel Music. Oh yeah,
Shout out.
I got a present for Love Travel Music. Let's see.
Boom. Welcome to the wrench gang.
Hmm. Yep. Oh, this is funny. Tuxedo Cat wants to come up whenever she wants to. I'm like,
I
really?
bet.
Yep. Nah, but nah, but how your son went up and took Rogue was funny.
Word.
yo, he just went up and deboed.
I'm gonna take this call real quick.
Yo, uh,
All right. So the person that just called me was the headmaster of the Goju Ryu school that I went to go visit today. So she just
all
called me
right,
and said, "Oh, that's my number, so you have my number." And I'm, pretty cool.
that's what's up.
That's another reference just in case I need it.
Hmm. Yeah. Shout out to my cousin Ivan. Today is his birthday, so shout out to
Happy
him.
birthday.
Yep. Yo, I would have never thought like on both of my family sides, I have a Jose, I have a Pedro, I have a Juan, I have a David on both sides of my family, and now just talking about it, I actually got two Ivans. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yo, love travel music, man. Congratulations on becoming a mod on the channel. Welcome to the mod family.
Exactly.
Go get some ice from my cup. I'll be right back.
Yep. Hey.
Let go. You're gonna be on for a while?
Man, I think I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna end it right here because I know that wifey's gonna call. So you know how it is.
Copy. All right. Well,
Yeah,
it was a pleasure to pull up twice, and
of course.
I've been doing that lately. Right. Last time I pulled up twice, I was in the ER and still did part of the show.
That's why I have man love for you, Pete.
Us.
Us.
Responsibility, bro, is what makes a man. If a man can't be responsible, that's why I
Exactly.
apologized to Jose. And he said, "Oh, I didn't feel no kind of way." And I'm like,
Exactly.
"I'm happy you didn't because it wasn't an offensive foul, but it's still something that,
Right.
as a man, I have to acknowledge that I gave my word and I couldn't comply." And he was like, "Oh, I appreciate that." I'm like, "I hear you. You know, that's etiquette and protocol of being a man." I'm saying if you can't
Yep.
follow up with something as simple as your own word, why should anybody
Hmm.
believe you anyway in the first place?
Right.
Nobody wants to follow a leader that doesn't stand up for their own words. Like, how dare you preach to me to be like this and be like that, but you're not like that yourself?
Pretty
Doesn't work.
much.
So I did what I had to do. I feel better
Yep. Yep.
because I wanted to apologize the next day and I couldn't find him. I couldn't get in contact with him at all.
Got you.
So here we are, and I was able to, express it verbally, which is better than just emailing somebody or just sending a text message or whatnot.
All right. Yeah. So I'll catch you later, Pete. Because
All
I
right, brother.
know that.
Us.
Whew, us.
All right. Blessings, brother. Safety.
Blessings. Yo, to Love Travel Music. Welcome to the Mod Squad. So to Mara Balivada. Welcome to the Mod Squad. I'm going to be on tomorrow, so check out for the content. And I'm going to try to make tomorrow's content very spicy about the martial arts. So peace. Share the stream, all my supporters. So let's do this.